out your next comedian. She is up third and disappointed, like her high school ranking. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Hannah Pohlmann!
Thank you. Being outdoorsy just means you like to see how many places you can pee or poop outside. Being really committed to the craft, I led a rafting trip down the entirety of the Grand Canyon. 277 miles, 18 days, 16 people, lots of pooping outside. An important fact to know about the Grand Canyon is the soil of the Grand Canyon is a million-year-old fragile ecosystem, much like men's egos. And so because of this, we had to poop in boxes, shit boxes, called groovers, communal shit boxes. 18 days, 16 people. And then you had to row those out of the Grand Canyon. Another important note, you don't want to mix your liquids and your solids, because liquid is heavy. So you had to pee directly into the river. Great for the men. Large target, large hose pipe. Hose pipe. Not so great for the women with our internal plumbing. Anytime we'd step into the river, we'd just be peeing. Months after included. You know, the shower, a puddle. I'm not kidding. That all sounds cool, right? Peeing and pooping outside, you guys are all bought in. You all want to go, right? And then you find out you have to pack in a body bag. That's how many people eat it on the river, right? You have to pack in a body bag. And burials, not an option, nor are Viking funerals. You want to be the first to die, so you get like first rights into the body bag, and so you're not the one rowing the body out of the river. The way, we're going to stay morbid and gross, you guys. Get ready. The way most people die on the Grand Canyon is by getting swept away by the river while they're peeing. Or while they're drunk, but usually some combination of the two. I have enough difficulty peeing drunk on dry land, now at a river. The sad thing about my set is all of this is true. None of this is a lie. The way most people die on the Grand Canyon, or in the pre-launch trip talk, the park ranger tells you that if your friend's really drunk, to stick them in a life jacket. If they are Lindsay Lohan drunk, stick them in a life jacket and tie them off to a stake. That way, in the morning, you can reel them in like a human tetherball. So, I knew all about this peeing while drunk and dying on the Grand Canyon. So I brought a pee jar, you know, as you do when you're camping, to pee into. And one night, I forgot to pee before bed, and I wake up in the middle of the night and it's go time. So I get out my pee jar and I assume the position. It's a quart, and I start peeing, and I'm peeing, and oh my god, I am peeing, and it's running over my hands, and it's hitting the soil below, and then I'm waddling ass out down to the river to dump out my pee jar, narrowly avoiding death, and then back up to my pee spot and scooping it like an outdoor cat, protecting the You meet a lot of characters on the Grand Canyon, not including myself. Ours on this trip was a 5'10", very furry man, aptly named Bear. He stand-up paddleboarded the entirety of the Grand Canyon, and in his waterproof box he had 3 Altoid tins labeled A, AA, and AAA. AA and AAA were for his batteries. A was for his acid. Once again, all this is true. I'm a millennial, so that means I met my partner on Tinder. Our first date consisted entirely of me making jokes about Vladimir Putin. Works every time, ladies. We're getting married later this year. You can say he's putting it in. We weren't in a Russia. Welcome to our first date. I'm really lucky. He is a gearhead, but he's like an economical gearhead. He's only into like Nissan Versas or Accords from the 90s. His midlife crisis is just going to be buying our kids their first car. They say getting married is the happiest day of your life, and I believe them, because you're so happy to be done with the planning. Planning a wedding is like joining a sorority, except for where you're hazing yourself. Like, sure, you get to buy nice things, but you're also like yelling at yourself like, have a skincare routine. Don't eat that donut. We haven't done premarital counseling yet, but we did rewire the entirety of our upstairs last weekend. I'm not sure we should get married now. No, because we didn't fight at all. Like, is that normal? Should we start a business instead? I don't love the term bride, or all the things you feel compelled to buy that say bride on them, or all the things that your friends feel compelled to buy you that you then have to wear that say bride on them. My friend got me one of those preset bridal boxes, really, really nice. And in it had a shirt that said, I'm not bossy, I'm the bride. I can't wear that out. I sure as hell can't wear that to bed. Get on your knees. Why do men feel the urge to put their terrible names on diamond stores? We got my ring from a very lovely store named Donald Hack. It doesn't sound like a diamond store, it sounds like a pawn shop. It sounds like a man clearing his throat to sell you a fake diamond. Jared's Diamond should have rebranded after the subway scandal. Jared's is not a rich man's name. Jared's like the name of a rich man's son who's always in legal trouble. You know the one. What's Jared up to now? Fraud. I wouldn't describe myself as an animal lover. That being said, I do have 2 dogs, 2 cats, a bucket of composting worms, and I was a beekeeper for a period of time. The outfit matches. In order to become a beekeeper, I went to bee school. Not business school. Bee school, like school for bees. I mean, about bees. The problem that I had with being a beekeeper is I equated it to having pets. 10,000 pets. And it's really sad when you squish 1 or 2 or 40. And it's even more difficult to cry over everyone. I'm no longer a beekeeper. We parted ways. It was mutual. As in, they left, and I don't speak bee, so I didn't try to stop them. Please stop. I work in an office, you know, as people do, for money. I started my career as a consultant. Don't ask any consultant what they do, they have no idea. I consulted in financial services risk management. How does one manage risk? Like, do they tell it to go sit in a corner when it's acting up? Do they ask it to play nicely on the playground? We all saw what that got the Fed, right? Like 2 failed banks and a bunch of billionaires pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. I think the people who named the programs at Microsoft Office had a sick sense of humor. Like Microsoft Word. Okay, that makes sense. Excel? I think not. Outlook? Bleak. I'm Hannah Pohlmann, that's my time. Thanks, guys.